A very good evening once again. Welcome to UBC News tonight at 10 p.m. with me, Sharon Chomdisha, joined by Mugalu Mohammed on sign language. In our news today, coming up, Kampala's open manholes pose a threat to the public. Minister Bahati commends efforts aimed at reducing maternal and child mortality rates. Traffic police in partnership with the private sector to reduce road accidents. And lastly, Luzida Prison's Health Center 4 receives maternity health equipment. We kickstart UBC News tonight with a dedicated effort to bolster the quality of broadcasting equipment utilized by Uganda Broadcasting Corporation across the nation. The Parliamentary Committee on ICT has emphatically emphasized this for being a necessity. Now, it also increased something that is supposed to be increased by government funding. The committee, spearheaded by the Deputy Chairperson, Tony Ayo, embarked on an investigative journey across eastern Uganda to assess the challenges that impede UBC's progress in the field of broadcasting. Take a look.
The Parliamentary Committee on ICT has unveiled a series of issues that underscore the need for immediate financial support for Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. They meticulously observed that UBC's broadcasting sites in Soroti, Mbala and Jinja were in dire need of substantial funding to efficiently and effectively deliver its role in disseminating information to the people of Uganda.
UBC be given 30 billion shillings annually. But from what they have, that is even still not enough. But if annually, within the 5 years' time, 30, in addition to what has been there, then you can find we can solve some of these gaps and reduce them so that UBC becomes a real national broadcast.
The Deputy Chairperson, Tony Ayo, said the committee's visit to these UBC sites had brought to light the grueling journey that lay ahead. The paramount task was to ensure that UBC lived up to its responsibility of providing accurate and timely information to the citizens.
It's very difficult for people, for example, to send their announcement, death announcement, advertise using this very site because the office is not in Mbale. They have everything is done from Kampala. So we are recommending that the local content should be there, an office be provided where the people within their region can utilize this radio effectively to do their private businesses while the government is also doing information education.
As the committee traversed UBC sites, they discerned a crucial impediment. Human resources remained a persistent challenge, necessitating swift intervention to bolster the progress of the national broadcaster.
In Soroti, in Opuyo, for example, there is only one man, the watchman, who tends to act like he knows most of the things. We have only one regional engineer who moves around all these sites from Bale to Soroti, to Teso, to Tororo. So the human resource is very thin.
Ayo further highlighted that in the eastern region, residents face limitations accessing UBC TV through satellite services, which hampers broader audience from benefiting from UBC's services.
The television has been off for the last 2 years. What we only have at this site is one UBC radio and then the BBC radio.
Uganda Broadcasting Corporation's technical manager, Dr. Bob Rich Mwechumi, appealed for support, asserting that government support was indispensable for UBC to enhance its transmissions and meet its crucial objectives.
As you support UBC to put up new infrastructures and new sites, and then causing it to cover the whole country, of course there is some other revenue that UBC is able to generate to support its own.
The Kampala Capital City Authority does not have sufficient resources to fund the regular maintenance of manholes along walkways, posing a threat to public safety. The Public Relations Officer at KCCA, Simon Kasiati, urges the public to exercise extra caution and report any instances of vandalism to city authorities.
While many manholes in Kampala are sufficiently covered, there are instances of manhole covers being vandalized, and replacing them proves to be financially challenging. Some argue that ignorance is the root cause, but Simon Kasiati, the spokesperson for KCCA, disagrees, asserting that the theft of manhole covers is a deliberate act.
I think they might be useful too, but it's because of ignorance. Most of our people in the community, they normally don't value something which is good for everybody.
Want to come and vandalize, they take time, they scout, they do reconnaissance, they deliberately come and steal with a great number of effort, and even go out and look for market. These are not ordinary people. They are sophisticated in what they are doing. They are deliberate and intentional in what they are doing. So the idea...
Vandalizers target the metal for scrap, and some repurpose the covers for their septic tanks. In response, KCCA had previously improvised by using manhole covers as bases for flower pots, but even these have fallen victim to human activity.
Is potted manhole covers with flowers are normally vandalized, not because they want to be stolen, but because they have been knocked by erratic drivers who are possibly coming from a long night of a good drink, or we have just reckless drivers on the loose in some places.
Some open manholes have become makeshift garbage bins, raising concerns about public health.
Because some of these things are health hazard, in that they can, especially when people throw their wastes, they accumulate and eventually they become a habitat for microorganisms which are health hazard to the community.
In areas like Kingdom Kampala, certain open manholes, including one near a roundabout, pose a significant danger to road users. Additionally, there is an open manhole near the media center fence that demands the city authorities' immediate attention.
Ezitufu bagezezaako naye era tebakoza the expectation nga Kampala city weyandibadde kubanga kati bw'otunula manhole eziri wali wansi wa Kololo, kulowa Kololo road, omuntu nga wagudde muto saa kuvaayo pozi nga balese excavator ne bakujjayo bujja.
Open manholes are not uncommon, and the local business operators attribute the problem to the inadequate maintenance of drainage channels, causing water to flow through these covers.
Enkuba bulwetonya mukokoli tebakyagogola myalo egyo. Mukokoli aleta force, kati waleta force nga talinange gyakola kijasobola kuyitamu wansi n'asitula pavement ezo ne zisituka mu bbanga.
It's not necessarily true that it's because our drainage channels are clogged and therefore the water hits up these manhole covers, sending them onto the roads and throwing them into other places. I mean, how come we find that the metallic ones are more vandalized than the plastic ones? Would you want to...
Several instances of resourceful community initiatives have emerged, such as a shop near Eso Corner covering an open manhole with wooden material, along with a cautionary sign commended by KCCA.
Someone is improvising. We cannot then go ahead and say, because some people, there is a metallic manhole cover. The authority has not replaced it because of constraints in resources. But the business owner neighboring that gaping manhole chooses to cover it with a slab of wood. would you honestly want to castigate this person that has gone beyond their call of duty to try and improvise and create safety for himself and their customers?
At the Kampala Yard roundabout, there are 2 open manholes, one of which was damaged by a police tear gas truck and another was stolen for scrap. While KCCA may lack the necessary resources to replace all drainage manholes, it has issued strict orders to private service providers, mandating the continuous coverage of their ducts.
Regular inspection of the state of these manhole covers, and resources allowing, we always replace them. Where they are not replaced, it's not because we are not aware, but for the most part we do not have the resources to immediately replace. And that's why sometimes we circle out the area with the duct tape to indicate that this is an area that is a no-go zone. And sometimes we also use the rudimentary element of putting a tree branch in there so that we warn pedestrians, motorists and others of the looming danger of an open gate.
In some areas, like near Diamond Trust Bank on Kampala Road, intact ducts can be observed, allowing people to move confidently over them. I'm Nafka Farida and Sana Anet in Kampala.
Rotary Uganda District 9213 and 9214 has commemorated the World Polio Day at Chitente Primary School grounds, showcasing their commitment to the global fight against polio. Rotary International, a prominent global organization, has been at the forefront of the battle against polio since 1985, tirelessly working to eradicate the disease from the face of the earth.
Polio Day, celebrated annually on October 24th, serves as a significant occasion to raise awareness about the polio virus and advocate for vaccination as a preventive measure.
The theme of the year is to create hope in the world, and we are fighting hard. And this Rotary, we're saying we're just doing one last push to ensure that we eradicate polio on the face of the world.
Rotary clubs worldwide have played a pivotal role, raising a staggering $2 billion and immunizing over 3 billion children in 122 countries, exemplifying their dedication to this noble cause.
For us Rotarians, of course, we have different vocations, we have different classifications, but when you work with Ministry of Health, when you work with the WHO, when you work with UNEP, these are the professionals. We come together and work as a team to ensure that we achieve our intended goal.
Dr. Margaret Okello-Nteko, the chair of the Rotary Club Kampala and Agro-District Polio Plus Committee, highlighted the importance of continuous efforts to combat polio, emphasizing that while Uganda has been declared polio-free, the fight is not yet over.
We have started the Polio Plus Society in our district so that we have a sustainable fund available for polio, so that we can work together to eradicate polio. And I would want all the Rotarians in our district to join this society so that polio is eradicated in the face of the world.
Dr. Margaret noted that the pandemic did disrupt vaccination activities for a while. However, due to the vigilancy of healthcare system, Uganda has remained free from polio cases.
2 years COVID was rampant. We were not able to go out and immunize children. But we thank God that in this part of the world, we did not get polio cases.
Rotarians have also supported health centers, working alongside the Minister of Health to ensure immunization remains a top priority.
I think there is something that we call the polio syndrome. It sort of attacks them once they hit puberty, 25 to 40. These people still suffer, the polio survivors still suffer. So a lot needs to be done to make sure that we can support them. They're talking about the disability as well, in terms of they're not getting support in terms of transport, in terms of accessibility to buildings, in terms of access to things. And so our struggle is still on there. Even if we did immunize everybody in the world, we still need to continue and make sure that even the survivors are well catered for.
Polio eradication is not just a Rotary mission, but also a national imperative, as a healthy population leads to productivity, development, a good quality of life, peace, security, and enhanced visibility on the global stage. The event also marked the launch of the Polio Plus Society in District 9213, a platform where Rotarians pledge to contribute a minimum of $100 annually to Rotary International's Polio Plus Fund. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The Prime Minister, Robna Nabanja, has asked residents of Bukomansimbi and Kalungu districts to embrace government programs. The Prime Minister was addressing leaders from the two districts as she mobilized them for the forthcoming Agricultural Expo. Take a look.
Kalungu and Sembabule to explain to farmers the 6 policy proposals of production, multiplication, distribution and certification of seeds and stocking materials, disease control, agriculture mechanization and irrigation and farmer education and mobilization, in addition to partnerships with big landowners and interventions in the fisheries sector. Nabanja says that the NRM government has set a lot of money to districts, but it might be misused if the leaders do not follow up by monitoring.
The lead of government business in parliament ndi wano ne member mu parliament simumanyi sogera bya bulimba simumanyi amazima ga Katonda.
Nabanja put to task the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer of Komasimbi, Annette Sally, to explain what money being sent by government, especially in the road sector, is being used to transform the communities.
We are maintaining the existing road. Zino tezijja kulibwa. Genda komawo wano. No mulimba nammwe. Genda komawo. Don't you go to council, councillors. Baje mu council, mumbulire di council wetula nja kutuka wano. I will come here and check and see how much money, and we shall go there. Ngenda kuleta minister wa works, council wetula, attend ba engineer, ne supervising engineer. Tulabe ngudo zimwaga uteka 10 mu bidi.
The Minister for Public Service, Muruli Mukasa, assured the people that government is now reviewing the public service to ensure that people get services that the NRM party promised.
Ng'abakozi ba gavumenti tubaweereza bulungi nnyo busanyuka, tubaweereza mu empeereza ebadde ya kibogwe, waliwo ebitagenda bulungi mu maaso, ebyo bye njagala okukola ki okumanya.
Defense and Veterans Minister Vincent Bamulangachi Sempija, while addressing the leaders of Kalungu district at the district headquarters, says that the NRM government does not arrest people arbitrarily, saying that many people have abused government and went scot-free. Sempija assured the public that the NRM government is very strong and will be here for some time.
Nogamba nja kukwata abayinja wabadde wano bagamba abantu babakwata babasibye ebyo byonna mu biwulirizi, naye nabadde mbabuuza nti abapoliisi baffe abattibwa nga bali mu bujagalalo bo tebalina famire. Waliwo omu oli yayimirira kalina waggulu n'amusuula yinja, sibe kiri. Nabadde mbabuuza nti abo bannaffe abo tebalina famire zaabo, tetuli ansalebu.
Residents told the Prime Minister issues affecting service delivery and asked government to intervene.
Tawuni yaffe ya Bukomansimbi ye tawuni enkulu mu district. Naye kasasiro agenda kututta. Tetulina mmotoka esomba kasasiro. So maama tusaba otutuusize ew'omukulu batufunire emmotoka etusombera kasasiro mu Bukomansimbi Town Council. Batuwadde nnyo naye ensigo ebula nnyo kubanga twagala okukyusa omutindo gw'ebyobulimi. Tufune n'eddagala ery'omuddo.
The farmer education and mobilization, value addition and service delivery campaign is now in Bukomasimbi, Kalungu and Sembabule districts. The agricultural expos will take place next week starting on 27th to 29th October 2023. The Agri-business expo brings together smallholder farmers, large-scale farmers, farmer associations, agricultural researchers and agri-business companies to exchange ideas on how best to improve production, productivity and profitability.
Well, Kampala Affairs Minister Hajat Minsa Kabanda has reinforced government's commitment to improving the well-being of its citizens with a health camp held at KCCA Primary School, Kamocha, aimed to assess the health status of the people of Kampala. Kabanda has an impressive record of treating over 700 individuals, demonstrating her dedication to healthcare.
A health camp held at KCCA Primary School Kamocha, aiming at assessing the health status of the people of Kampala, has been boosted by experts from Kampala Capital City Authority and the Minister for Kampala City Affairs, Hajat Minsa Kabanda. Hajat Minsa reached out to residents for support, emphasizing the importance of collaboration.
On behalf of government, as a Minister for KCCA, and I'm a medical personnel. I'm the director of Manhole Doctors Clinic. So we decided to come here to give service to our people in the community. Because sometimes these people can not come to hospital because they don't have money for transport. Sometimes they don't have someone to live at home, so they decide to stay at home. So far we have seen about 450 people, which I think is a big number in the community. We are down here at the community and we are trying to look at someone at grassroots. So
Minister Kabanda encouraged people to prioritize regular checkups and medical testing, highlighting the importance of early diagnosis and treatment.
Tujjanjabya amannyo, tukebedde kansa omumwa gwa nnabaana, tujjanjabya amannyo, tujjanjabya ebyo bye mbagambyeko, ne tuba ne counseling tugikoze ne HIV tugijjeeko, okulaba nti abatwongere bamanyisa nti siriimu gyali, mwawulidde nga bagamba nti siriimu kati mu baana abato yeeyongedde, ensonga lwaki twasazeewo tujje ku muntu asookerwako tube nga tumujjanjaba. Era neebaza abantu b'e Kamwocha wano we tuli nti bajjumbidde.
She also advocated for using government hospitals within the KCCA jurisdiction, stressing the accessibility and quality of healthcare services provided. Dr. Zarango, who played a key role in the initiative, echoed the minister's sentiments, underlining the significance of health awareness and proactive health care in the community. The health camp showcased the government's dedication to the well-being of its citizens and the potential for positive change when individuals and organizations come together for a common cause. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Humanity First Uganda, under its community care program, has made a significant impact on the vulnerable population of Buyende district, centered at Kidera Health Center 4 in the eastern region of Uganda. The organization provided critical assistance, delivering 15 wheelchairs, 5 oxygen concentrators, 2 medical bed stretchers, and essential food items, addressing the pressing needs of the community. Details follow.
This substantial contribution is aimed at not only enhancing but also streamlining healthcare services within the Buyende district, effectively tackling the challenges faced by the dedicated medical staff.
Mu butono bwabyo ndikwenda kwebaza Humanity First. Kubanga nze muli oti munkubye enkata. Kubanga nze gavuma abantu n'ensi twakola ki twatambula. Ndikwenda akobe ebigambo bino nti ebintu bino abanasobola obikozesa tubikozesa bulungi. Ndikwenda akusuubiza niba ino nti nza kutambulangamu nambuule mbone bwe biri kukola.
The provision of oxygen concentrators and other indispensable medical equipment has considerably alleviated the hardships experienced by both the healthcare facility and the local community.
I would like to appreciate the great work that has been done by Humanity First Uganda. We are really grateful as Kidera Health Center 4 because we have really been so bad as far as oxygen sterilization of instruments are concerned. Right now, our concentrators have really been down, but with the provision of at least 5 new concentrators, the newborns that have been dying because of lack of oxygen are now going to benefit from this project.
The chairman, Buyende District, expressed appreciation for Humanity First's dedication to alleviating the suffering endured by the most vulnerable members of the community through their diverse programs.
And most also to our vulnerable people whom you've supported with the wheelchairs. We are just grateful. We just pray that Humanity Uganda can continue supporting us. And at the same time also be following us also to see, because these are automated gadgets like the oxygen concentrators, which also need more support in terms of service, water and the like.
The hospital administrators and beneficiaries alike shared their heartfelt gratitude towards Humanity First Uganda.
Tulina bangi era obuyambi otuwaire era abandi tibafunye tukasaba batwongere obuyambi obundi kubanga abakosefu bangi bali kweyongera accident diri kugwa abantu bakosebwa ino tuli kusaba batwongere obuyambi tusima akatono kano ke batuwaire aye tukayenda.
Humanity First Uganda's noble efforts continue to make a tangible difference in the lives of the vulnerable, offering hope and brighter prospects for the future. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Access to safe drinking water is a big challenge in Kizira Mfumbi and Changwali sub-county in Chikube district, where the majority of the population are accessing water from unsafe water sources. As if this is not enough, locals have to walk over 1 kilometer to access these water sources. Shadrach Silva Mhomoza, the chairperson LC3 Kizira Mfumbi sub-county, reveals that lack of clean water in the sub-county is still a challenge, whereby residents decide to use water from available streams and open wells. Take a look.
Sometimes people share water with wild animals, which put their lives on risk. Shadrach Mohomoza added that food and nutrition is also a challenge due to most families now engaging in sugarcane farming. The practice of growing food crops has been abandoned, leading to poor nutrition amongst children.
An issue of this Hoima sugar factory, most families are engaged in sugarcane farming, so they tend to neglect these food crops. Therefore, our children are not feeding well, they are not feeding a balanced diet. So it is really a challenge. When you go to other places like Kidom, the same.
Martin Biamukama and Dina Kasangachi explained that mothers and children are the most affected by lack of safe water points. Kasangachi added that on the issue of food and malnutrition, we need to have enough food for families, to have a balanced diet, and also encourage the farmers to grow different varieties of crops.
We need to embark on the granaries like Ebihumi. The granaries, the store for food, to reserve food for the future use. Then again, we have to embark on proper personal hygiene, home hygiene, and the sanitation at home.
About agriculture, to do it as a business. If we are doing it as a business, it means we shall have something for our households and something to sell, so that we can improve our income in our respective communities.
Engineer J.B. Murungi, the district water engineer, Chikube district, says that as a district, provision of water is priority. However, with the practice like open defecation, the water is contaminated. Murungi promised to work hand in hand with the health inspector to arrest all the people in the sub-county who do not have latrines. Kizira Mfumbi and Changwali sub-counties in Chikube district are the beneficiaries of Right to Grow Protect that is aimed at curbing malnutrition amongst children below 5 years. This 5-year project is implemented by Action Against Hunger in Chikube district. Neonzima compiled this report.
The attraction of a lavish lifestyle has often led young people at universities down a path of demoralization. To combat this trend and help instill positive behavior, various organizations have launched the Emerging Leaders program aimed at guiding the youth towards a better understanding of leadership and moral values. This campaign has been introduced at Makerere University with the mission of enlightening young minds about the essence of leadership, character, and essential life skills. Plans are also underway to extend the program to other private universities.
Bishop Joshua Rere, one of the key figures behind the launch of Emerging Leaders program at Makerere University, has underscored its purpose as an initiative to sensitize young people about the perils of immorality.
Schools where they are controlled, when they get to university, they feel that now we are free. We can do all that we want. I'm now free. I have money. I live in a hostel. I don't have anybody to tell me what to do. We find that this has been a major problem, especially for those who first come to the university. The first and the second year are normally the worst years. If people survive that, then you know they can sometimes continue up to the end. But this is when they are so vulnerable, especially given the financial challenges in our day.
The chairperson of Makerere University Council, Rona Magara, emphasizes the genuine leadership cherished by society through foundation of character and good morals.
A program that is being piloted first of all in Makerere University, but it's going to be rolled out across the country to all other institutions of learning. And it's going to be a structured training program, so it will be carried out throughout the whole year. In Makerere, it will be in all the colleges, in all the schools, and it's really not just driven by the team that's up front here, but it's engaging even the students. So
a member of the Leaders Strategies team, Eroni Katweheyo, reinforces the importance of equipping young leaders with ethical values and life skills.
The places we need to start, because they are the parents, so we have the programs for the parents, the married, but the young people. So we have a curriculum called the Life at the Crossroads, which is a character development tool with an educational component that addresses issues of the heart and building morals.
The good speaker at Makerere University, Gozan Wilson, lauds the transformative impact of the program, highlighting how it has enabled participants to appreciate the value of life and their own bodies.
It's not mind, it is not mind. So it is more of the character that we are trying to build around finances. And also we found out that students, most especially at the university, they are sexually active and they are engaging in unhealthy relationships.
The program has reached out to a diverse audience, including lecturers and students leaders, reinforcing the importance of instilling moral values and ethical leadership across different segments of society. Robert Katamba, Shadet Nasaku, UBC News.
Busukuma Division is a community grappling with the shadows of gender-based violence and child marriages. However, a ray of hope has emerged with the launch of the Sexual Reproductive Health and Rights Communication Program for adolescents and young people aged 10 to 24. The Executive Director of New Life Adolescent and Youth Organization, Olivia Nachisita, identified a critical gap in sex and rights communication within the community.
The Executive Director, New Life Adolescent and Youth Organization, saw the urgent need to provide adolescents with accurate information and guidance, empowering them to make informed decisions about their sexual and reproductive health.
Came up with a guide, a simplified guide for sexual reproductive health and rights communication to adolescents and young people out of school in the community. And this guide is going to be used by the community influencers, the VHTs, the LCs, the parents, especially the parents, because parents give culturally and religiously sensitive information. If they have a guide, then their life will be easier.
The chair of the board at New Life Adolescent and Youth Organization, Betty Lumo, emphasized the importance of educating people on how to use the newly launched Sexual Reproductive Health and Rights Communication materials.
We shall ensure that first of all there's training that is to be done, because if we are to disseminate information, we would like to do it using the people who will be trained so that they'll go out and train other people too. That's a very good method we shall be using for determination, and we hope that everybody gets a chance to receive the training, first of all starting with the 200, and then we'll move forward with it.
These resources would be invaluable in equipping adolescents with the knowledge and tools to navigate this crucial aspect of their lives.
We also found a gap in healthcare delivery, and right now today we've launched our Nayo Young People's Clinic to give healthcare services and reduce the barrier to access to health services by the young people.
The Assistant Town Clerk Kasangati Hajat Hadija Sengendo highlighted that the launch was a significant step towards the betterment of the community.
My appeal to the young ones is basically to keep going. When you have a dream, just know that you can happen even when things don't happen the right way. For those ones who have actually gotten pregnant, those are the young mothers. You can visit Nayo and then you can greatly be helped so that you end up realizing your dream. You should not shun your dream by having one mistake done in the community down there.
A treatment center was inaugurated, ensuring that young girls could access vital information and support when it came to their sexual and reproductive health. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The Bishop of Central Busoga Diocese, the Right Reverend Patrick Wakula, has cautioned parents against giving children excuses when it comes to fulfilling their obligations. He said parents should have an opportunity to pass on values to the next generation. Bishop Wakula is commissioning primary 7 candidates of All Saints Junior School, Namataba, to prepare them for primary leaving examinations, PLE.
The blessing of a teacher is the testimony of a student.
After a 10-year preparation from kindergarten to primary 7, candidates are ready for a moment to be assessed in the primary leaving examinations. Gracing the commissioning and dedicating ceremony of primary 7 candidates of All Saints Junior School, Namataba, the Bishop of Central Busoga Diocese, the Right Reverend Patrick Wakula, explained that candidates need to remain committed to their God for guidance and confidence during the examination season.
We are here at All Saints Junior School. We have come to commission and dedicate our children into the hands of our Lord. God's ability. So, can you have a short prayer? Can you remain committed? Can you remain revising? Remember, this is an academic battle. Don't just go and write your name, the index number, the signature, and then you say, now Jesus begin from there. Jesus has no time to write an examination, but he has the ability to help you remember. I want to congratulate the parents that have come. Because the failure to come and meet your child when you have an opportunity, it is always so painful to a child. It can psychologically torture this child up even to death and condemn you as a parent.
Once a biology teacher, Bishop Wakula says that the blessing of a teacher is testified through the success of a child. He tipped candidates to prepare them for final examinations.
We believe the teachers have done their part. We believe the parents have done their part. We believe also you have stored enough information concerning the 4 subjects. We may call it encoding. You have encoded all the information concerning the 4 subjects. So commissioning, we are now saying, Holy Spirit, come and take over.
The head teacher, Francis Banya, explained the school mission of nurturing learners through the national curriculum and preparing them for the future.
We have made all efforts to make sure that we nurture them into responsible citizens who will develop this country, this world, and make it a very beautiful place to live in. The efforts that we are doing, we don't do it as a school alone. We need the parents, we need the children, and the school.
At All Saints Primary School, they identify and nurture talents for the learner to make a contribution to the world. This gives graduates from this school a competitive advantage in the job market.
We also know that any responsible citizen needs to be well trained in leadership, in discipline. Here at All Saints, we train them
to have value for humanity with each other and with everybody they meet in the future. Our core practices about nurturing talent in different disciplines, sports, culture, agriculture, that gives them a spectrum of options where
I'm Nafka Farida.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge.
Wano nno tuli Bukoto era lero wetugenda okugaba pichipichi yaffe eri omwanguzi waffe wano wetuzze.
I'm so excited and I'm sure even all the people, all the staff at Kwaliwath, they're all excited. We thank you very, very much.
Myaka 25 nga MTN ewereza naye nga buli week tugaba pichipichi 5.
Very, very excited. I'm excited about MTN giving back to its customers. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, MTN.
The fact that we have won really shows that people like Mama. Their services are really nice. MTN, your services are okay. The network is good. We are satisfied.
Chikola sense ne?
Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Oyagaliza famire yo obugagga n'obulamu obulungi yiga bw'oyinza okubifuna ng'okozesa science ne tekinologiya ng'oyita mu butonde. Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius ekyuma kiwagala kyuma akuwandiikidde ekitabo ky'otasaanye kusubwa kusoma. Ekitabo kino akituumye Money Grows on Trees, sente zimera ku miti. Weefunire kopi ku siringi $200 gyokka ku kitebe kya Prof Bio Research ku Katorio Mall, ku matabi g'amatundiro g'ebitabo aga Aristoc Booklex, ku Acacia Mall, Garden City, Kampala Road ne ku mitimbagano ja Jumia Uganda. Oba kuba 0703-M52-M52 tukikutuuseeko wonna w'oli. Jukira nti Money Grows on Trees, sente zimera ku miti.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees. Choose between school pay, peg pay, or shore pay. Enter student number. Enter amount, confirm name and transaction. Enter Airtel Money PIN. A confirmation message will be sent to you upon a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Metu Bus Industries Namambe, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators and special purpose vans. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats or a special design that includes a restroom, power outlet, Wi-Fi, television and a refreshment center. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda.
So, you are ready to invest in Airtel's initial public offering? Good choice. I'm going to show you how to do it straight from your phone. First, you're going to want to make sure you have a Securities Central Depository SCD account. Dial *185*85# from your Airtel number. Choose Airtel IPO purchase from the available options. Enter your valid national identification number when prompted. Before you purchase, there are a few things you need to know. The minimum purchase is 2,500 shares. The share price is 100 Uganda shillings. Select the number of shares you wish to purchase. Choose your relevant broker for the purchase. Enter your Airtel Money PIN to confirm the transaction. Congratulations! You receive a confirmation message of your successful purchase.
Lagos.
Hello, Mom. How did you sleep? How is Salongo? Oh, Mommy, how is Grandma? And Simba, the dog, yeah, the funny one.
Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel Bona Voice Bundles. Dial *100 *1 hash. Select Call Bona to choose bundles from as low as 1,000 shillings from daily, weekly, monthly, or bundles that don't expire. Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel. A reason to imagine.
The Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, in partnership with Huawei, has organized the second annual National ICT Job Fair 2023, which will take place at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds on the 17th and 18th of October 2023. The main objective is to address the unemployment gap among the youth in Uganda by providing a platform for them to interact with multiple employers, access job opportunities, internships, apprenticeships, and training programs in the ICT sector. The chief guest will be His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. All members of the public are invited.
Ndide kulagirira ono ngeri gyebawayo kumbaga ya mwene ngwakozesa mu mope. Eisimu waje buliko. Tola yesimu wena nakobye ironi geisimu tobulira. Eisimu yindi. Ni gasta ndala mukaga 5 6 3 otewe ashi onige yes. Balese chawo. Balese merchant code gye balisaba. Mama kadi bati. Kayo buzono wachi tamu nsanvu nsanvu mirundi 3. Balisaba. Tamu sente dewe. Amount. Baleta mobile money. Mobile money. Bali kunsaba pini. Ebucha utampini yo. Iwe imwe basasula aye baba embaga ya mwene mwekuwoniza
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165 *3 hash.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, Kampala Capital City Authority has taken action in response to a case involving the family of late Haj Katimbo, who has allegedly commenced construction on a building that encroaches upon a public road. The family has been cautioned by KCCA with a stern warning that the construction will be halted even if it's forced and it's necessary for compliance.
This construction site is situated in Chisenyi 2 Parish, Mbiro Zone, within the city of Kampala. Recently, a concerned businessman, Festo Kasaija, raised alarm over the construction taking place in Chisenyi 2 Parish and urgently called upon KCCA to intervene in the situation involving the family of the late Haj Katimbo, who are allegedly engaging in disruptive activities.
Temutusobola ffe tewali asobola kutugambako na kutugana kye twagala kukola oba kirungi oba kibi ffe tujja kikola era bwe mbadde wali nga bano bakisisi bajja wali naye bwe ŋŋenze wali n'ebiwandiiko mu betwamba twali bansukumye ne bankasuka ebweru.
The Minister for Kampala, Hajat Misa Kabanda, issued a letter wherein she requested KCCA to intervene and put a stop to the unlawful construction encroaching on KCCA's road network. The document points out that the local residents are adversely affected as the road they traditionally used has been obstructed by this construction. Festo Kasaija, a complainant, highlighted the shortcomings in the city planning that have led to issues such as collapsed buildings and floods. Kasaija urged KCCA to take decisive action against individuals who disregard the city's master plan and regulations.
n'otekawo ne parking yo naye tokkirizibwa ate kujja mu luguudo okole etti kati nga bano kye bakoze. Gavumenti yaffe tefuddeeyo ku kulaningira kibuga, tefuddeeyo ku nguudo za Kampala mu kibuga tizirina kwenkana bunene ki.
The KCCA spokesperson Simon Kasiate revealed that the family of Haj Katimbo has been cautioned on multiple occasions to cease their construction in the road. At times, they have obstructed KCCA officials from inspecting the site where the unauthorized construction is taking place.
For the most part, we will try within what's humanly possible to enforce.
And we know for a fact that the law is on our hands, and without a fear of contradiction, this developer will certainly be brought to account. But in the solution, our appeal has always been, we don't want to resort to forceful enforcement as a first resort. That usually comes as a last resort.
Kasiate warned that repeated violations of the city's planning regulations may compel the agency to employ stronger measures to prevent infringements upon the city's master plan.
Many times we appeal to people to be self-respecting, to introspect and try to do the right thing. KCCA, without a doubt, will always find an opportune time to bite, and when we do, the consequences are sometimes detrimental.
Story compiled by Jamil Ksekaja for UBC News.
Traffic police in Kampala Metropolitan have partnered with Safeway Rightway to sensitize border riders on the significance of a head helmet. Justin Opos, the Deputy Traffic Commander in Kampala, cited lame excuses presented by motorists for not wearing crash helmets. He commits enhancement of apprehending those undermining the rule. Take a look.
The increasing rate of head injuries and motorcycle fatalities among riders and passengers warrants collective efforts of public and private collaboration. Traffic police in Kampala have partnered with Safeway Rightway, a non-government organization, to sensitize riders on the significance of helmet wearing.
We're emphasizing on the use of the helmet, the crash helmets, for two reasons. One, it offers protection to the head, just in case there is a crash, that the extent of damage that it causes to the individual is restrained. But if one is operating without a crash helmet, any slight fall causes damage to the head.
Today we have started a campaign, a helmet campaign. We are raising awareness about the importance of wearing a helmet. So we have over 250 riders in the vicinity who have come to learn about the use of actually having a helmet. What I have with me is what you'd call a standard helmet, and this is the kind of helmet that we are promoting that is going to save the lives of riders on the road.
Police commits enhancement of road operations against those violating standards of operating traffic measures to counter road crashes.
One, it should have an insurance policy on it. It is a requirement by law. Number two, the person operating it should be having a crash helmet on them. Number three, the person operating it must be a licensed rider. Number four, the person operating it, if you're doing it for passenger service, must have the requirement that allows you to do passenger service. So if they tell you that I am only having a crash helmet, so then what happens to the rest? So they should be able to tell you the reasons why they get arrested even when they have just a crash helmet. Because if you're complying, you should be complying with the requirements.
The campaign by Safeway Rightway targets border leaders in 5 divisions of Kampala to mobilize their subjects.
So those leaders, we call them champions. They are trained, they are given regular training, and the requirement of them is that they go back and train their peers. So as a leader of the border riders, because we cannot interface with them every day, so we rely on their leaders to actually go down and sensitize every time they get an opportunity. So that is the way we are building sustainability to ensure that the riders still get the information, get down to them.
Facilitators will focus on topics about proper helmet usage and proper road use behavior based on information from police reports and global research reports. Komagum Rogers for UBC News.
Farmers are being encouraged to embrace agri-business as a catalyst for fostering sustainable economic development for their families and the entire nation. This was during a press conference by a senior agriculturalist and the director of Amaf Farms in Uganda's Movri Asin.
For decades, the agricultural landscape in Uganda has been predominantly dominated by cash crops such as coffee, cotton, and cocoa. However, the introduction of macadamia and other crops to this list has yet to be fully embraced by a significant portion of Uganda's population.
MOGAP operates in strict accordance with principles of climate smart agriculture and ESGs, that is environment and social governance. Amaf Farms MOGAP is not just a project, it's a testament to potential of agriculture to drive economic growth, reduce poverty, and build sustainable future. Together, we can create a prosperous, equitable, and sustainable future for Uganda.
A senior agriculturalist and the director of AMAF Farms in Uganda, Movri Asim, says macadamia is a crop that holds great profit potential for farmers, particularly after undergoing value addition processes to produce valuable products like oil, chocolates, and various other items. Additionally, the cultivation of macadamia can serve as a means of employment for many young people and women.
This is likely to create new job opportunities for youths, women in various sectors of value chain.
Movri Asim emphasizes that the attainment of consistent and sustainable economic development priority should be given to crops like macadamia that possesses a global market demand. He contends that this approach can help address the issue of limited job opportunities in the country by contributing to the strengthening of the national economy.
In between the flowers and the field of macadamia, and we draw this honey from the beehives. Now, this honey has more potential than the normal honey which you get from different flowers. So that's why if you see, we are branding as macadamia honey.
Cultivation of macadamia and other similar crops can serve as a powerful driver for economic growth and prosperity, while also offering employment prospects to a wide spectrum of the population. Sudat Kaye and Jime Aluri, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Chomjisha and Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language. From the team and I, have a lovely night and a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.
It is another day for the weather report from the Ghana National Meteorological Authority, and we welcome you once again. There is advection of the Kong air mass towards Tenji tropical cyclone, and this has contributed to the enhanced rainfall over our country. Tomorrow we'll wake up to light rains around Masaka region, while in areas like Kampala and Mbende, sunny intervals and also Nakasongola will prevail. Eastern parts of the country, Jinja and Toro, light rain, sunny intervals will prevail, while in Saoti, light rains are expected. Western parts of the country, we do expect the entire region to have sunny intervals, while in the northern parts of the country, Kitgum and some parts of the Kotido, light rains are expected. The rest sunny intervals will prevail. Central parts of the country, we do expect a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius around Masaka region with light rains, and also Kampala 26 degrees Celsius with light rains, and Nakasongola light rains with a high of 27 degrees Celsius. For the eastern parts of the country, in the afternoon, Jinja, we do expect light thunder rains with a high of 28 degrees Celsius. Also in Soto, light rains are expected. For the western parts of the country, in the afternoon, we do expect a high of 24 degrees Celsius in Kabale with light thunder showers, while in Bara also to be 26 light thunder showers, apart from Kasese with a high of 30 degrees Celsius with light rains. In the northern parts of the country, for example, in Kotido, we do expect a light rains with a high of 28 degrees Celsius, and in Kitgum also 28, while in Lila also 28 with light rains to dominate the entire region. Those traveling to different parts of the country, like London, we do expect sunny intervals that are going to prevail with a high of 15 degrees Celsius, and in Cairo also sunny intervals with a high of 31 degrees Celsius. Dubai, it is quite hot with a high of 36 degrees Celsius, sunny intervals will prevail. Thank you so much for watching the weather. For more information, you can find us on our website and also on our YouTube. Good evening.